Hello, beautiful Gemini. This is your October 2024 general reading. I am Elena Valdez, and we're going to keep it simple today. We're going to get right into it. We're doing a recent, past, present, and near future reading. And please remember, it is general, so it may or may not resonate for you this month, and that's okay. If it doesn't, come back for another reading another time. Please adjust gender as it best resonates for you. And yeah, let's get into it. I have already pre-shuffled your cards, actually, so let's do it. All right. Please remember, energies can be flip. Recent, past. Interesting. Let's see with this deck also. So we have the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Judgment card, and the Moon for the recent past. Present. Ooh, King of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Hanged Man. Ooh, Seven of Swords again. What's happening, Gemini? What are you doing? Okay, let's see. And the near future, Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Emperor. What a great way to end this reading. Dear Gemini, at the end of the reading, I will pull a yes or no answer to a question that you may need a yes or no answer to. So start thinking about something you want to ask at the end. We'll come back to that. I'll pull a card for you. All right, beautiful Gemini. For the recent past, Seven of Swords and Seven of Cups. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And this is very swordsy energy. So it means a lot of this is the thinking, the mind. There's a lot going on in the mind, okay? So potentially a lot of, this is like the energy of rethinking everything, trying to strategize, right? You're trying to strategize what options, what direction to go. The Seven of Swords, when it's paired with the Seven of Cups, it's about having multiple strategies up in the air. It's about, yeah, and Gemini, you are so multifaceted, right? You are so multi-talented. And this is a perfect illustration of that here. It's like the Seven of Swords very much strategizes about their next move. Seven of Swords is about being ahead of the curve, being a few steps ahead of your competitor, your opponent, what have you. Here, paired with the Seven of Cups, you've got lots going on right now. And I would go as far as to say that most people don't even know that you have a lot of these plans up on your sleeve, okay? So I'm getting the sense of you being very active. Now, this is the recent past, okay? So this could have been something that took place as I'm recording this reading. It could have been something happening in the last month here in September as we move into October. But in any case, it's something that's keeping you busy. More specifically, something that's keeping your mind busy, okay? It's like, this is about like the planning and the, you know, the scheming and all of that. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but, you know, just like that kind of energy. And also, there's also some, as part of these options in the recent past, you've also sort of, it's like you've given way to things in the past here with the Judgment. I'm going to cover the little nudes here. But with the Judgment card, it's almost like you, in the recent past, you quite literally recalled some things from the past, or recalled a plan from the past is what I want to say, or a strategy from the past that maybe you couldn't quite grasp before here with the Moon. And so now you're calling it back into your memory here in the recent past. It's almost like there's a strategy or a plan that you tried to move towards in the past, beautiful Gemini, and it didn't work out. And so now you're rehashing it. You're like almost like repackaging it. So for some of you, if this could be in business, this can be a plan that you have with community. It's not feeling community though, at least not in the recent past. The recent past is some other, it's like big life stuff. Big life moves is what I'm feeling, Gemini. But there's something that didn't work in the past that you're bringing back up to reassess and to see if now it can be integrated in the current. And you're keeping it to yourself here with the moon. Again, I'm getting this energy of strategizing in silence. And part of the reason that you're strategizing in silence here, Gemini, which silence is not really your thing. You're a communicator by nature, right? So and I know that's a generality. I know, because I don't know your whole chart. I know. But in general, Gemini, you like to talk. You like to communicate, usually about other people, but that's neither here nor there. In this case, you're really keeping something close to you. It's quite beautiful, actually. There's some sentimentalness here. There's some deep emotional memory here with the moon. I am picking up that there's something here from your past that was deeply rooted in memory here at one point. And you are almost like summoning it back in to look at again and to see how you can repurpose that information, repurpose that experience, if you will, with this energy. Something that didn't serve you in the past, you're looking at to see how it can serve you now. That's what this energy is. So this is recent past, okay, coming into October. Now, in the present, we have the King of Pentacles, beautiful, paired with the Four of Wands. So some of you have a connection here to a person, an individual. It can be a romantic connection, but it doesn't need to be, not always with the King of Pentacles. This can just be some kind of connection that is offering some kind of security or stability. This is present time, okay? This can be your home also with the Pentacles. Pentacles can be anything tangible. It can also be our health, right? So King of Pentacles can quite literally be illustrating how you are feeling about yourself. Like you're feeling in control, you're feeling empowered, you're feeling in your seat of leadership here, and you're feeling grounded with the Four of Wands. However, if this is about someone else coming into your energy, this is quite literally what you're pulling in. Someone who is grounded, potentially an earth sign. And I'm getting strongly something about home. Home being very important to this individual or this connection. For some of you, the connection can be an ancestral home, or it can be some memory of something about your home, Gemini, either the home that you live in or a home that feels ancestral somewhere else. That's going to make sense to whomever that needs to make sense for, okay? That was very specific. So in present time, with that energy coming in, you also have the Hanged Man, which is another very water energy here. So you have two. You have the Hanged Man and the Moon that can be very Cancerian and Piscean in nature, making something very emotional and sensitive here for you, Gemini, in the month of October. I almost said May. So for some of you, that's important. For some of you, that was confirmation about something, okay? Because I never mess up my months like that. So there's something there for you. You all know that nothing is coincidental in tarot. And then you get the Seven of Swords again. So I think what you're doing, Gemini, in pulling up these strategies from the past, or whatever emotional, sentimental thing from the past wasn't quite, there's something that means something to you, and you're not really sharing this with people. And now in the present time, there is a perspective shift, and it has to do with this energy of the King of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Some of you may be seeking stability by way of a home, of roots, like something about building roots here, like tangibly and legitimately building roots. I keep getting pulled so strongly with the house, home, roots, past, ancestral. And with the Hanged Man here, this is about surrendering into what actually needs to take place here. This is present time, okay? And then the Seven of Swords again. This is almost like strategizing. This is almost like taking what you are given and doing the best with it. Gemini. It's like that's what I feel is happening. It's like you're basically at this point where you're something about life lately has had you surrender to a higher calling, a high divine purpose, what have you. And now that surrendering has you shifting. It's like your strategizing has elevated, because remember the Seven of Swords started the read here. This looks very sneaky, like, okay, I'm going away. I'm not telling everyone. So does this one. The difference is that it's illuminated here. You see, it's almost like the divine is illuminating it with a new plan, a new strategy, a new way to get what you need. But it's like there's something new, and I think it has something to do with this person or this connection, this home, something about this home and this connection and this potential partner helping you do something. And then the feeling of having to surrender, maybe something happening to your home, hopefully nothing bad, but maybe something shifting in your home, forcing you to surrender, Gemini. Forcing you to surrender and allow the divine to guide you into a new strategy. I do think you're repurposing old strategy into the new, though. But now it's like you're being guided. It's like something that has pushed you into surrender, and it has to do with home, family, ancestry. Maybe even your marriage for some of you. Something about it is forcing you into this new illumination. Okay, I think you get the point. So I'm going to move away from that. And then in the new future, you have the Knight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Emperor. So there's something big happening in your life here where you're moving forward, right? You get to this point where now you move forward with your plan, right? The present ended here with this. And now you're starting your near future with the Knight of Wands. So it's almost like you take this strategy, you move it forward with energy here. You may be starting something new and small. There may be a venture, some kind of business venture happening here. Or it may be that if you sold your home, or you purchased your home, or there's an opportunity regarding this King of Pentacles and home, now has allowed you to start from scratch, like literally take your money, take your plan, take your strategy, and now you're packaging it differently, you're presenting it to the world, and it's like a very humble way. It's like a humble restart, right? A reset, if you will, in the areas of the tangible, the material. And there is a feeling of being a bit guarded during this process. There's a sense of like being guarded. I'm getting a feeling of feeling humbled, Gemini. Being humbled, but in such a beautiful way. It's right underneath the Hanged Man. So the humility, the humbleness is not coming from, it's again, I keep seeing with these two cards, you see how the Hanged Man here, his or her crown chakra is being illuminated, as well as this individual here is being illuminated, and then you have the Moon of the illumination. So I do think that something has been the reality of something has illuminated you, beautiful Gemini, and pushing you to like really take charge and take an action towards something new, or allowing you or giving you the grace to give up what you have built up almost and start again from scratch. But there's something organic and something more authentic about the way you're starting this new thing or this new chapter of your life. But it's making you feel vulnerable. It's making you feel like you have to protect your heart. You have to protect your space. And I think the reason that is necessary is because on some level, you are stepping up to one of the most profound leadership, confident eras of your life here. But it's almost like a shedding, right? Like a shedding that's taking place. This Seven of Swords paired with the Hangman there's something about it that feels like grief. There's something about it that feels like like a necessary letting go, but to ultimately bring you to a better place, with the Seven of Swords there being supported by the divine. For some of you, this is about starting your romantic connection or your relationship or whatever makes you feel grounded. It's about moving forward to starting, resetting it and starting from scratch again. But more than that, more than relationship, this is like an existential type of crisis, Gemini. This is like a come to Jesus moment. I'm not even religious, but you know what I mean. It's one of those like coming to terms with something about your life so deeply in a way that's so sensitive with the moon there, that you're really giving into the shift and you're giving into this new strategy or this new thing in a way that you may have not done before had you not felt the humbleness around that. I hope that makes sense. And I'm trying to say that in the most gentle way and the most loving way, because for some of you, what I'm picking up is this is hard. This is very difficult. But here's the thing though, once you step into that reset mindset, once you let go of whatever didn't work or whatever old strategies didn't, or whatever that is, once you let go of that, you're in this very powerful position. Remember, you have an ally here potentially with the King of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. You just need to be aware and open to that potential support, okay? Because what I'm feeling is with the Four of Cups here, you may potentially be closed off. You may need to be closed off, though, is what I'm getting. In any case, the way this reading ends is that whatever strategy you go towards or you implement, because it's about really implementing it here, right? We just don't want to think it up. You're actually implementing it. You're actually taking action with the Knight of Wands to convert it, transmute it into something actually tangible that has the potential. The Page of Pentacles is the potential of the tangible, okay? Because you're going to be in your Emperor's seat. All right, let's get into the advice. What is the advice for a beautiful Gemini? Have grace for yourself and for others, but mainly for you, beautiful Gemini. You're having anxiety. The Eight of Swords here. You're having anxiety. You're having some kind of crisis moment. And the advice here with the Queen of Cups, spilling into it, the advice is to really love yourself through this. I know it's difficult. I just heard you. I know it's hard. And then the Star, which I can't fully show her because she's a little nude. But with the Star here, it's reminding you something is headed your way that's going to shift things, Gemini. Something is headed your way. And I think it's connected to this King of Pentacles. It feels that way to me. Someone or something is going to give you the key and the opportunity to change some things around in your life. Again, it's related to home, house, ancestral, something like that. And something's going to turn around because the Star is confirming that. The Star, so here with the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Cups and the Star, it's like the Queen of Cups is reminding you, you need to spill some nurture. What I'm getting is that you're not nurturing yourself enough. And the advice is that you need to nurture yourself. You're being encouraged. You're being asked to nurture yourself, regardless of who's around and who's not around, to do that for you. Because you're isolating yourself somehow. It's like you're not being honest about the anxiety, the fears that you have right now. You're carrying that on your own, beautiful. And the Queen of Cups is here to say, just allow others to nurture you, but more importantly, this is you also nurturing and giving to yourself. And then the Star is letting you know that something's coming. Something's coming to rejuvenate you, to refuel you, to give you the energy, and to help you believe again. Because there's faith and hope that's been missing, especially with the sentimental, sad part over here, where this is reminding you like it's coming. give to yourself, heal yourself, keep yourself emotionally grounded and pragmatically grounded as well. Okay, let's talk about let's get your yes or no answer, beautiful Gemini. Think about the question. Think about the question. You got this, Gemini. Something's coming your way. Something is coming to shift this energy for you. All right. Yes or no for a beautiful Gemini for the question that they have. It's a maybe. The reason it's a maybe, the maybe is confirmed with the Hierophant. The reason your answer is a maybe is because there's still something you need to figure out regarding values, regarding traditions, and also the question that you're asking may be rooted in some traditional or antiquated ways of thinking or someone else's influence. That's why it's a maybe, because there's a shakiness to the question that you asked. Potentially there's something about groups and social economics here as well. Potentially something to do with marriage and contractual things like marriage or commitment or something. But in any case, the reason it's a maybe is because something is not fully clear from either your side or their side. And that needs to get cleared up first. And I have a feeling based on what I'm sensing here that it has something to do with traditional values or antiquated ways of thinking or old belief systems. That's part of why it can either be a yes or no yet. Right now it's a maybe. All right, beautiful Gemini, I hope this was helpful. If it was, like, subscribe. Subscribing would help me tremendously, and comment. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye.